Okay. What's up? It is Weekend Weebs, episode 41, September 1st, 2023, the beginning of a new month. We are 3/4 through the year. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Summer is coming to an end soon. Sad about that. I'm Alonzo.
Why?
I don't
What's
like.
going to
I
change?
love the summer. Winter.
Okay.
Winter's coming. That's what's changing.
Winter is coming.
The nights, the long nights.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched it as like the new season. The last season was coming out. I decided to watch it.
Oh, you saw how it fell off?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a whole different story. A whole different day. Alonzo got my co-host Jason with me. How you doing, Jay?
Oh, I'm good. Why did you do it like that?
Do what?
He said, Lonzo, my co-host Jason, how you doing, Jason? That's what you said, right?
That is what I said. Was that weird? I don't know.
You did it super fast, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll see when you listen back to it.
Maybe, yeah. Okay. But which one do you want to get started with?
I think Zom 100 because it was super straightforward.
Okay.
And it was like a little twist in the episode.
What was the twist?
I mean, not a twist, but like we thought he was completely done with his life of work and all that was behind him. But
the PTSD.
Yeah. His shift leader or whatever dude survived and was forcing people to work. He was like,
chief.
yeah, you don't work for me.
Okay. So yeah, we started the episode off with them looking at some watches because I think one of his goals was to get like a gold watch or a solid gold watch. Yeah, they went
to a jewelry store or whatever, and they just picked out a gold watch, and they were just trying on clothes and stuff.
Yeah, so he's looking at them. Yeah, we got this little pose. That was the funny part. One of them was worth, I don't know what yen translates to for dollars.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy conversion rate. Like, cause I was trying to buy some clothes from Bape. I mean, you can get it in the U.S., but if you buy it in Japan, it's cheaper because yen is worth less than dollars.
Okay.
So like 98,000 yen is like $70.
That's so weird. Weird conversion rates. I hate that. Do you feel like we're gonna one day be on a standard, like
or
the
not
whole
98,000?
world?
I mean 9,000. 9,000.
Okay.
Is like $60. Yeah, 9,000 yen is $60. So
one thing I wasn't thinking about with this show that this episode reminded me of, I wasn't thinking about like, you know how like we were talking about heavily delusion and like the different like parts of society that would come up from it. But in this show, it just seems pretty barren. You know, it's like we have Akira, Kensho, the girl, and some random people who have like survived. But for the most part, it's like barely anyone around. So I never really thought about it.
They mentioned that, dude. They're like the city's dying down. Like they said that he was like everybody's kind of turning into zombies. It's not safe to stay here anymore. And they also said how like the internet stopped working.
Okay.
And everything, and that's why they were leaving. They're like, yeah, it seems like where are they at in Tokyo?
Yeah, they're in Tokyo.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Tokyo seems like everybody's pretty much majority of everybody has been converted into a zombie or whatever. So we should leave. And so they were like, all right, yep. And that's when he was like, let's go see my family or my parents or whatever. Even though in the end of the last episode, they made it seem like that was what they were going to do anyway. Yeah. I don't know why they brought it back up this episode like it was a new idea.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they wanted to leave that as a cliffhanger for the last episode. But like,
oh yeah, because
they
it was
wanted to add context. Break?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
So yeah. So they leave Tokyo to see their parents, or see Akira's parents specifically.
Yeah.
And they look at the
RV shop.
The stars, I guess. What did the power have to do with the stars?
Because like the reason if you go outside at night, you can't see the stars because there's too many. It's light pollution. There's too many lights. so you can't see the stars. But
Oh,
when there's no lights, you can see the stars because the street lights and stuff aren't interfering with the light from the stars and stuff. That's why if you
dang.
go in the woods and stuff, you can see the stars way better than in the city because there's too many lights on that's blocking out the stars.
That's crazy. Stuff like that
Yeah.
make me think of like people way, way back in time who probably seen stuff that like we never saw
Yeah.
or will never see. It makes me
I mean,
kind
you
of
can see the
jealous.
stars though if you go to like the woods or some area of the world that's super not urban, very rural.
But imagine like no lights on Earth.
Yeah, that would look crazy. Yeah.
Like that's probably yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's probably nuts. Um, so yeah. They go and what they decide that they want to. Well, he says goodbye to his room, I guess.
Yeah.
And
And they
what
were
did he
like, we're gonna
pack?
pack light. He packed like a water gun in a video game system,
Yeah,
and,
why did he pack a
and the
water
other dude,
gun?
I don't know, or maybe it's a real gun, but it looked like a water gun to me.
I
Oh
mean,
no, it's the game gun. Remember he was using it.
oh,
It's like it's like the attachment because he was playing that zombie game,
I'm done. That's how
shooting
I'll be packing when I get on the
zombies.
airplane to see my parents. I just pack my PlayStation, and that's it.
Yeah, some clothes, PlayStation, some clothes, yeah.
So yeah,
And so then they're heading out. He actually packed things you need, like water and batteries and stuff like that. And they were like, all right, let's go get an RV because that'll probably be the best way to the transport or to go from place to place because a motorcycle isn't it's no cover or anything. So they go to the RV place, and when they get there, what's her name is there too. They both walk up the steps and they look to the right and they're side by side.
super. That's right.
And then she was like, they invited her along, and she was like, no, you guys are too risky. I would never, tag along with you two or whatever. And then they were like, you don't have a driver's license. Isn't it unsafe? Isn't that a risk trying to drive for the very first time? And a big ass car too. Like what? That's actually extremely unsafe. You would probably be terrible. And then they kind of convinced her. Not really. They didn't really convince her yet, but she was like, all right, whatever. And then they were looking at the RVs and they were trying to pick out cool ones. And she was like, no, we should get one that's, compact and very easy to drive and can fit on highways and stuff because it's going to be a bunch of cars and stuff blocked. And they were just kind of looking at all the cool ones and like the price. And then she found one that she liked because it had like some kind of the inside was decorated a certain way. I forgot what region or what place it was like, and she was like, "I like that." And then they were like, "See, we knew you had a type or whatever." And then she was like, "No, that's not the case." And then all the zombies come in because they're yelling and laughing and talking and stuff. And they're like, "All right, well the zombies are here. We got to just pick one." So they pick an RV, and then they drive out. And then they get to the highway, and it's pretty safe. Like it's no cars. They were like, it's kind of weird how like empty the highway is, but she was like, it seems like the disease or the sickness, the virus is what she said, spread so fast that nobody was able to leave. And then she was like, but that means somebody is probably out there creating a vaccine who's still alive to fix it. And so I think the end of the story, low key, I think it might be a vaccine and everything goes back to normal, but he won't live that same life. Like he'll realize there's more to life and he'll be like, or they might just turn to zombies and the show just ends that way.
I don't
But
know.
then, oh, you want to keep going or
Oh no, you can keep going.
yeah? And then they're just driving and there's a spike strip. They don't see it and they bust their tires and Kensho, that's his name, right? His friend's
Yeah.
name. His Kensho falls off the bike, really gnarly. And honestly, it's kind of crazy he didn't have any like helmet or anything. Like that made no sense now that I think back on it. Like why did he have no protection on his body at all? But he fell off and then he's all banged up because the accident. And then a group of the chief from his old job shows up and everybody has a baseball bat and they got like baseball uniforms on, like what the heck, I don't know. And then he's like, oh, it's you, I can't believe you survived, somebody like you is still alive, that's crazy. He was like, you know what, we'll help you if you work for me for 2 days, we'll fix your friend up and everything. And then he's like, what? at first he didn't want to do it, but then the zombies were coming to him. They were like, you got to make a decision because the zombies will get to you quick. And we're like, he was like, I'll fix your RV and you can heal your friend and stuff. So he was like, all right, I'll work for 2 days. It won't be too bad. But
I
I
mean,
think
he's
he's
having
not going
a
to let him.
anxiety attack the entire
Yeah,
time.
yeah, he was freaking out. He was freaking out because he was having, like you said, PTSD from how he was working back then, which is crazy because back then when they showed the flashbacks, he wasn't like upset about it or feeling bad. Remember, he was like, "Oh, it's just good. It's just work." But now I think he has a realization like that was super exploitative, and I was like, "Dang, I was getting treated badly." Now he's feeling, anxious about it. Because remember, he would show him working, but he wasn't anxious. He was just tired from not
Yeah.
being able to sleep. So, and then the girl in the back was like, basically saying like, "You're a liar. You did this on purpose to get people to work for you, and you're not, you're only doing this because you're a bad person, basically." And then he goes, they take him in, he's working, Kencho's getting healed up, and then they devise a plan to escape secretly, because she feels like he's not going to let him stop working, which I also agree. I think he's going to make him keep working. And then he also saw that he was using zombies as workers, and he was like, zombies are great workers because they never stop, and you don't have to tell them what to do, and they don't ask for breaks or anything.
Yeah, he was like kind of disturbed by that, and that was like the least disturbing thing I feel like I saw
Yeah,
there.
I feel like that makes the most sense.
Yeah, that
Like,
made perfect sense to me. I was like, I mean, they're
yeah,
just zombies.
yeah. And then also he told him to get him some drinks, and he was like, "Why'd you get him these cold drinks?" Because he was hoarding the cold drinks for himself. And then his crew, his posse, or whatever, were like, "Oh, we get cold beer." He was like, "Yeah." And so I think what's really going to happen is that the other people are going to realize the chief is a terrible guy. Like, because right now they seem like he's kind of pretty cool, like his crew and stuff. But I think slowly they're going to realize he's holding stuff back from them, and he's not treating everybody equally. And it'll be like a whole, like, I think everybody will end up escaping, not just him and his friends.
Okay, you think they'll be like in a revolt?
Yeah,
They
because he
form a
has old
union?
people and girl. Yeah, and like, remember they showed like the old man and then like the young girl working, and they were sweating, pushing the boxes in the cart.
Yeah.
So
You know what this reminds me of? Have you ever seen The Walking Dead?
yeah,
It reminds me of like one of those camps. And when they all were wearing like the baseball gear or the baseball bat, it reminded me of the one guy. I
the
don't
dude
know
with
his
the baseball
name.
bat.
Yeah, I don't know his name
He's in
though.
Tekken. They put him in Tekken.
Yeah. I feel like it starts like C or K. I don't know. But you know what I'm
Is
talking
it
about.
Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny. Kenny. That's what it reminds me
Yeah.
of. Um, but yeah, this whole episode was just about Akira having PTSD and being stressed out because he saw a reminder of his old job, basically. And this dude is just like some kind of master of manipulation because he has everyone here working for him, dying outside in the heat, trying to load these boxes. Did they even explain like what they're even doing? Like what are they even working for?
What the box? I don't know. I don't know what they're for. Or it's Negan. His name is Negan. That's the
Oh,
name of the guy.
okay.
Negan. Yeah.
Okay, Negan. But yeah, I don't even know what they're working for or what they're even moving stuff for. So if they
Yeah.
do all gang up on him, that'll be funny. But I feel like we haven't really seen any humans kill humans in this show.
No, I don't think they'll
Yeah.
kill him, but I think they'll like escape and get away. Because the thing was, he was putting that spike trap down for people that were leaving the city who were also trying to escape, and
Right.
he forced them to stay with his group and do work for him.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, and then he literally said at the end, he was like, "You guys are all equipment. Just shut up, follow
Yeah,
orders." And then she had a little flashback to, I guess, probably her dad or
her
something.
dad. Yeah, because she was talking about how like no matter how hard your brain tries, your heart will never forget the fear. And then it had a little flashback to
You got the Nikes on. The only
yeah, he was walking real close to the
the
zombies
zombies.
too,
Yeah, I was confused
like
about
right
that.
next to him.
The only thing I could relate to this in my personal life, I never had a job that like stressed me out that much that if I saw someone from it, I would be stressed out just seeing them. Um, but I would say sometimes seeing like coaches, like high school
You
coaches,
get PTSD.
get PTSD from running or or
Drill sergeant.
suicides, like stuff like that. Like whenever I saw like my ninth grade um basketball coach out or like the assistant coach, I'll be like, ugh, Jesus, I hated those times. Like those are bad times. Like I remember that, like running or just like getting yelled at or just stuff like that. So yeah, stuff could definitely stick with you long term, no matter what age you are. Even though and he isn't even that far removed from it either. Is the thing.
Yeah, it's only been what, a few months.
Maybe I don't know the timeline, but it ain't been that long. But yeah. Hopefully they revolt. I could see that guy probably dying.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't kill him, but maybe a zombie kills him.
Zombie gets to him, like certain situation, he gets stuck with zombies and they get to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I got for zombie. I did have a question, a couple zombie questions. In like a zombie apocalypse, because we did, what was it? I was listening to an episode like 2 weeks ago and I made a video for it. Like the guy who let himself turn into a zombie, but like he got bit, he didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
So I came up with a question. I was like, what zombie apocalypse person do you think you would be?
Oh, from the cast that we've seen so far?
Not necessarily just keeping it to the cast, but there are archetypes for like that. But like,
I would say I would be kind of like the girl, like figuring out ways to survive, like what to do and how to do them, but not like super crazy like she is about it. But I think I would definitely be along those lines, and then figuring out places to go where there's other people, like with a community where like there's food and stuff and resources.
yeah, I think I would be more like her too, except just probably not as meticulous as she was, but
Yeah,
probably first thing I would do is stock up on stuff and probably get out of the city. I'm surprised they're
definitely wouldn't
just
be like
now
Akira,
leaving the
though.
city.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like Akira though. Like
No,
that dude doesn't. Yeah, he's carefree. Like what the heck?
I would definitely be trying to survive. I wouldn't be giving up on survival.
Yeah.
And do you have any zombie survival tips?
Trust no one.
Why do you say trust no one? Like not even like your
Because-
parents?
No. I mean, you can trust people like that, but if you meet new people, I wouldn't. I would always take everything they do and everything they say with a grain of salt. Like I wouldn't just 100% openly trust somebody because you never know what their best interest is, especially in a time of survival. People act very irrational. So
I would say do your best to keep people around. Like, I don't know. But yeah, if someone's just like obviously irrational or like obviously like an Akira type, you may not want to keep them around per se. But I mean, it just depends. I mean, he's done a good job of surviving.
But he also will save your life. Like he'll put his
Yeah.
life on the line to save you. So he's like he's a different situation. Like you want somebody like that. But he also does dumb things that are like not worth it in terms of risk reward.
Like people, I don't know.
But he's not necessarily he's never put anybody's life in danger. Like he doesn't put Kincho's life in danger really. I mean they do stuff, but he's like, yeah, I'll go and do it with you. But he's never like done situations that have caused Kincho to be in another like in a situation. You get what I'm saying?
That he didn't
Like-
consent to.
Yeah.
Like Kensho's always down to do it.
To do it, yeah. But it's
not
not like he
making him
did
do
something
anything.
and then in turn that made him be in a situation of life or death. He's been
Right.
agreeing to it. So yeah.
Like the only time that happened where he put someone in trouble by mistake was probably just with her at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because he attracted the zombies. But okay. Which one you want to do now? I'm feeling
Bleach or Rurouni? We can do Rurouni.
Okay, let's do Rurouni. Because I was feeling that. I feel like the show's picking up a lot.
Yeah, I was completely wrong about. I mean, it was a little lighthearted, but it wasn't lighthearted. It was more jokey
No.
though. It wasn't
Yeah.
as. It was definitely more jokes and stuff this episode, but it's still keeping the same tone. Like now it's opium in the city, causing people to die.
We just can't avoid Revenger, can we?
Yeah, but I think that's just like a testament to that time in that
Yeah.
era. Like opium was the drug that was the war on drug was opium.
So yeah, still is. I kind of, but
Yeah.
let's see if I can remember. It's been a long while since I watched this. So the bandana guy, doesn't it start with him asking Kenshin to go gambling, right?
Yeah, he was like, "Let's go gambling," and they went to go gamble, and they were doing really good. They were winning. And then he asked
Kenshin
a
was just
question
like
about
cheating. Well, not cheating, but like too good. And he was just telling him the
Yeah.
answer every time.
Yeah. And then he was asking about an old guy who usually shows up. He was like, "Hey, where's he at? I haven't seen him in a while." And then the other two dudes they're like, "Yeah, you didn't hear? He died." He was like, "What? What'd he die from?" Then he said like an opium overdose, and he was like, "How'd he get opium or something like
Yeah,
that?"
like how do you get his
what's he
hands
doing
on
with
it?
that?
Because like
Yeah.
expensive.
And then that happened, and then somebody showed up. That girl showed up to the gambling place with the two dudes chasing her, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, save me! They're trying to capture me or kidnap me or something." And then the bandana dude, he wasn't really listening to what she was saying, but he helped her out. He was like, I just want to figure out how this opium guy. He was like, "I'm already ticked off. Like, don't make me even more mad." So when they kicked the door in, they were yelling and stuff. He was just like, "All right, I'm in a bad mood." And so they like pretty much apprehended the two and beat them up pretty bad. And then they started questioning the woman, like, why were they chasing you and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, I can't tell you," or something like that, but protect me. And then the dude dropped down from the ceiling, and was just like talking. He was like, "She's lying. She's actually so and so's not girlfriend, but something." And then he was like, "She's very precious and valuable, and she needs to come back with us." And then he shot like these nails, basically bullets. He was flicking bullets with his fingers. And
That
he
was
shot the two
another
dudes.
thing that I wanted to talk about is the
Power scaling in
unrealistic
the show.
abilities in Kenshin. Like we got a guy who can make you stop because you're just so he could conquer you with the spirit of his sword or something. We got
Yeah.
well, Sakura Sanosuke carrying the giant berserk sword, I guess, isn't necessarily unrealistic if he's that strong. But this dude flicking bullets, like,
And
I
actually
feel like,
penetrating through people.
yes, like like actually with his fingers. You know what? Last time we had a person with ability like this,
Vinland.
you gaslit me on that ability. You were like, I was sitting here like, yo, that's crazy. That doesn't make any
Can
sense.
somebody flick a coin? That because remember Vinland, they did it. He flicked the coin into
Yes.
the dude's eye.
That's
and
what
he
I'm
like
saying.
flicked the coin and killed the butterfly. And I was saying somebody could flick a coin hard enough to puncture your eyeball. I think that's possible.
But that's crazy, bro. That is
It
like
is crazy. It is crazy. But like, think about it. Think about how delicate the eye is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a soft tissue organ. I think that's right. Right?
Yeah. It's soft
So-
for sure.
So I think if somebody flicked the coin, cause think about it. Think about if something just grazes your eye. That's just gonna like scratch it. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody flicked the eye, obviously the distance would be crazy if
Bro.
they did it from how far he
split
did it
a
from.
butterfly in half.
He did, yeah,
With a
yeah,
coin.
he did. But are butterflies really that durable, bro? Let's be real.
No, but still, like you gotta. Okay.
It is a crazy feat. It is a crazy feat. I'm just saying, like, somebody could do that in real life.
Like
is
I
all
can
I'm saying.
swing full force with a fly swatter or a shoe or something to hit a fly. Like it'll splat, but it's not just splitting clean in half.
Yeah,
just,
but that's
like,
because
blowing up.
it's that's because it's not entering on a sharp edge. Like that's okay. If you use the same force with something that's a sharp edge and you cut down on a fly, it's gonna go through there. Like it's gonna split them in half. It's not gonna smush them.
Yeah. But to have that much even precision to do that, not saying it's impossible,
Right? Yeah.
but it's very unrealistic or uncommon. And
Yeah.
this dude is just flicking
Bullets
screws.
at people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're puncturing their body and going through them. I do think it's crazy. I'm not saying it's not crazy, but I'm just saying people can flick things at fast speeds, not to puncture somebody's skin, probably, but
My question is this like a common thing? This is the
well,
second time I'm
because it's the
seeing
second
this.
time we see somebody use
Yes.
that kind of technique. I don't know. I think it just looks cool, and they're like, "Let's do it," because it is a cool looking technique. Like just flicking it, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
your finger,
cool.
your hand is a gun.
But okay. Yeah, then he gets beat up.
Yeah, but he
And
injured two of his friends, two of the guys there. He injured them pretty
oh
badly.
yeah, he just
But they
basically
didn't die.
shot them.
He took them to the hospital, yeah, or whatever. And then the girl follows him back to the dojo, and I forgot her name, but she's all like jealous and like, "What? Who is this girl? Why is she here?" And then the dude with the bandana was like, "Oh yeah, we won. They couldn't pay us, so we just took this woman." She was like, "Kenshin, I didn't expect you to be someone to be in like sex trafficking or something like that." And then he was like, "No, that's not what this is," or something like that. And she was like, "Are you lying?" And he was like, "No, I'm not lying," or something. But then the other girl kept like teasing her about it, basically getting all close to Kenshin and saying like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'll do anything and I'll help you," and blah blah blah.
Wasn't also the thing about her like having opium in her shirt or something?
Yeah, he found some opium. He found some. She had some opium, and he was like, "Why do you have this?" or something like that.
Yeah, if you're not like a part of
Yeah, if you're not part of this, like,
their
where's this coming
organization
from?
or whatever it is. Because he's mad about his friend who overdosed. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, they pull up and then they don't want to involve them. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
the two
But
kid, yeah, the two of them. That's why he was like, we can't tell them because we don't want them to get involved because it could potentially get them in trouble. And
so
then it
I
cuts back
I don't remember why they
to
went to the riverfront.
yeah, because remember it was a huge scene because it was two dead bodies, and the guy, I think the dude in the green showed up was like, hey, it's a scene here or somebody died, and then the whole town was there. But it's literally just the two dudes that they beat up before the guy that came out the ceiling. But I'm assuming when he went back, because he went back there and the guy was like, I have to make an example. He was like, anybody who can't be of use to me is just better off dead. And so he killed him and put him in the middle of the street. And then everybody was there watching. Even the guy was there who did it. And then they made eye contact, like both groups seen each other, and they said like a few words amongst themselves, like that's him, and they were like, who's this? Is that the guy who like beat you up or whatever? And she was like, yeah, that's him over there. And then they go back to the place, and she's giving them the information on like the layout of the group, like who's like how many people they have, who's in charge, who's under who, and stuff like that before they go and try to figure out how to beat them and stop the opium stuff. And then what? Somebody was eavesdropping.
Eavesdropping?
Yeah, listening on the door, hearing about what. Yeah, she was eavesdropping
Oh, okay.
and listening, and then the kid was underneath too eavesdropping as well, and then they were like, yeah, we did. Oh my god, we didn't want to tell you because we don't want you to get involved, but don't worry, like it's nothing more than that. And then this weird red dude shows up.
Dude,
And the
so for
episode
Dragon
ends.
Ball, the dude
Yeah,
with the muscle shirt or hell or whatever it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Another unrealistic, weird thing. I don't know if it's unrealistic, but my man's got 4 teeth. Oh,
Yeah. He only has 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. Super strong, like Brolic looking like
when I first looked at them, I thought this
the
guy
dude.
was
You
the
thought the
main
dude,
leader.
yeah, I thought he was the
Yeah,
main leader too, not the guy in the glasses. But the guy in the glasses is the main leader, but he's the main leader of like all the
the army.
soldiers, the army, yeah.
They said this guy's an entrepreneur or something.
Yeah.
So okay.
He's
Trapper.
Franklin Saint.
Yeah, he's Franklin Saint.
He's
Walter
Franklin
White
Saint.
or whatever. Ozark.
Moving that weight, man. That's what he entrepreneuring in.
Because they were
Moving
saying
that
like
weight.
yeah, that guy, he's just like a regular entrepreneur, but all of a sudden he got a bunch of money out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
That drug money.
maybe he used to be, I don't know, maybe he used to sell something else and then he got into drugs for some reason. I'm sure we'll find out. And this dude, I'm sure, is going to be the main antagonist for Kenshin.
Yeah. Who he fights.
Man, the opium epidemic doesn't stop. Let me get to... Maybe I'll just save Bleach for last here. So, this episode of Malevolent, I really liked the fight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The girl, we find out she's a freaking... Is it this episode or is it next episode?
Find
the pink hair girl. Find out like she doesn't even care about being a Sainome. She just loves to fight, and she just wants to battle.
Yeah, I figured that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's a deeper explanation, but I think
like they go super. He's the main character. He's like, oh yeah, I see what they're talking about. Like she doesn't even care. She just wants to fight.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of had to it was some build up or some foreshadowing to that, like prior, that she just likes to fight, but she was literally like making faces and stuff because the battle was.
Yeah, she was making faces. that was happening. I forgot. I'm trying to remember her name or see it. Is it Sumabiki? Oh, Tsubaki. Yeah, her name is Tsubaki. But she has had the best fight probably in this show to me at this point, as far as animation goes.
Yeah,
because she had
I wanted to say. I think it's this most recent episode because I think it might be next episode then because it shows they changed the animation style for like a split second when it zooms in on the face of the woman of the trebuchet, the one with the white hair and the eye patch. Like it zoomed in on her face. She was talking and they changed the animation style to be like super detailed and I was like, why isn't it animated like this the whole time? But
hey man, that was 5,000. That was 40,000 yen right there.
Yeah,
whatever that was. But I don't know if there's really much story wise.
Yeah, the fight just starts. Yeah, because it literally left off from them, about to start fighting, and they just been fighting. I
don't understand this string move. I thought Hugo would like die or something, but he just kind of tore it off. So I don't know. That happens. The girl talks to the box with the spirit that's in there. I forgot his name too. And then the prejudice guy or former prejudice person, he reveals the whole building as a spirit. And
it traps the other guy inside.
Yeah. And then we got this fight and she's just destroying two people at once. So yeah. That was about it. From Malevolent Spirits. It's okay. JJK is back this week. It's fine. I'll still finish this season though.
Yeah, I think it's getting closer. It's probably like 2 or 3 more, or 3 or 4 more episodes. We don't got to talk about it, but I'll finish it.
Played its part well. It did its thing. So Bleach, was it this episode or last episode you said Bleach was losing you? I think it was this one.
I think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was this one. It's just like everything that's happening is just like I have no sense of urgency because I just feel like Ichigo's going to come down and just win. So like nothing is serious anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they ran away too.
Yeah. Well, who ran away?
Yawich and Yu and the second command.
Oh no, they were going to the
Soul King.
The Soul Kingdom. Yeah. That was the plan though. That was their plan. Was for I don't know how they knew Ichigo would come down and break the barrier and that would allow for them to be able to, but that was the plan apparently. That's what they were saying. This is what they wanted to happen. Cuz he wants to go and kill the Soul King.
Right. They're playing cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Ichigo comes down, they go back up. But yeah, I think beginning of this episode, Kenpachi's beat up from his fight or whatever. And then the the Femritters. I don't know if that's an official name or someone just said that
Oh,
online, but
that's their nickname. Is that
I've
what
just
they
been
call?
calling them that. Um, let me see. Yeah, the Femritters. How you feel about this group
This
here?
group? I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I don't really
Yeah, I
like.
thought they were all right.
I don't think they're really that cool. I feel like the other ones we saw were cooler, low key.
Yeah, I
Like,
like the girl who fought the dog guy.
yeah, but the one with the power with the blood, that if the blood gets on you, she can like control you. That's a weird power, low key. And apparently she can heal people too with her blood. Um, and then one of them has like thunder powers, and I don't know. And then one of them can make like their face or their body like become an object to hit people with. Like she
I
was
really,
biting.
I liked her, the boring one, the boring
Yeah,
girl. Yeah, her. She could make like I don't even know. I guess just objects. I don't know what they are. Yeah, crunch. Yeah, I don't know, but it was cool.
yeah. So
um,
I don't know. I don't really. They weren't that cool to me. And then because they were about to fight Kenpachi. So in the manga, I know they said there's way more to it because they literally just showed up and started like trying to beat up Kenpachi, and Kenpachi was like, what are you doing? And they were like, how are you still able to dodge and stuff? Like, you just fought Grimmy. How is he still able to move? And the boring girl was like, yeah, he's a special. We have to annihilate him now because he's a special or a person of interest or something like that. And that's why. And so they were hitting him a little bit, but he was still kind of like surviving it. And then he was just on the ground getting burnt up, and he was just like, well, yeah. I mean, and then Ichigo shows up and helps him. He's like, who would have thought I would be here helping you? And he said the same thing back. I would have never thought you would be here helping me. And then Ichigo starts fighting him, and he's just trashing him, and it's like, all right. And then all the other Stern Ritters start to try to help out after they realize Ichigo is just like trashing everybody, and Ichigo figures out that Yawich is over there. He's trying to get to Yawich, and they're all trying to like intercept him before he gets there. And then that's when Renji and what's her name and some of the other people show up, and they start fighting the Stern Ritter so Ichigo can make it to him. But then we get the information that the reason they did this was because they wanted to get to the Soul King, and now that Ichigo came down and broke the barrier, it's it was like 10
it
minutes.
was
How
like
long did he
I
say?
don't know, like 10
Like 20,
seconds, 3 minutes. I don't remember.
20, some amount of time. Like, it's a short period of time that will allow you to to go there without using a uken or whatever. Like, you can just go there straight away. So they're gonna try to get there, and Ichigo's gonna chase them. And the reason I said it was losing me is because like the combat isn't there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the animation, the choreography for like what I feel like should be happening is not happening. Like, when he was just punching them, he literally just punched them and they flew into buildings. Like, it was no.
I feel like this fight was literally just like a power scaling for Ishigo, just to show how strong he got.
Yeah, but we already knew. But I don't know. It's just like, all right, that's cool. And then he gets there, and
Yeah,
then
he's literally just like punching them, elbowing them, sending them flying like Superman into different buildings, and and then at the end, she did like her ultimate lightning move, and he just did like his new Getsuga move.
Yeah,
and just like
parried it, completely parried
told
it.
her to get out of the way, and she didn't, and then cut her arm
she
off.
got like, and then she got healed, and
that was about it. And then what's it called? Getsuga G. It starts with a J. I don't remember. Jushu or something. Jinsho. I don't know. Jujisho, whatever. Cross blast. And people were saying they should go beat the one move allegations, but I disagree. I think it's the same thing. It's just two.
Two slashes instead of
It's
one.
just two slashes instead of one. It makes a cross. He doesn't beat the one move allegations still, but it's fine. And then what? All the captains come and try to distract all the Stern Ritters, I guess. Well, not really distract, but hold them off so Ichigo can run.
So Ichigo can get to Yawich, and then he sees what's his name. He's like, why are you here? And he's like, you know I'm here. I'm a Quincy.
Is that all he said? Like, what did he say?
He said something like that.
What was it? Through the 72 layers of barriers. And I feel like this dude knew that this was going to happen. Like the
Oh, the
dude with
guy
the
in
beard.
the yeah, he knew, yeah. Because remember somebody was like, "What are you thinking?" I think it was the guy with the green hat, green and white hat.
Yohara.
Yeah, he was like, "What are you thinking? Like, what are you trying to do?"
Mm, okay. I'm trying to get to the point where, and this was like I kind of want. I'm trying to get to the point where you and Ishigo talked, because I feel like it wasn't enough for like what I wanted for this, because I still don't have an explanation of why he is doing this. Yeah, he pulls up. He's like, you, what are you? Leave, Ishigo. What? You cannot stop His Majesty. What are you talking about, you? Leave before you waste your life. And then he like shoots a bunch of arrows at him. And Ishigo obviously. Oh no. Or Hime comes out with her
Yeah, and they block him.
outfit.
Yeah.
What
Like,
were you
what the
saying
heck,
about her
bro?
outfit?
I was saying, bro, this creator is just a bro. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, Chad's showing more skin to her.
Yeah, but Chad is a dude, and it's really not her outfit. It's just like the embellishment of her breasts. Like, why are her boobs so big, bro? Like, what the heck, bro? But it's multiple characters in Bleach like this. Like
Yeah.
the Rankar. I don't know her name. I think she had blonde hair.
The blonde,
Like
the black,
yeah.
the black girl, blonde
Like,
hair.
bro, like dude just be like, he just be drawing. I'm like, all right, I guess. I don't know if you ever seen Lean and Cuisine. You probably know who he is, but he on Twitter. He was getting backlash because they were like, "What's one anime you wouldn't want on the screen when somebody walk in?" And he said Bleach, and everybody was getting on him about it. Like, "What do you mean Bleach?" Da 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 da. And then he was like, "All right, bro, y'all can attack me all y'all want, but y'all know that show, that creator, Tight Kubo. He was like Tite Kubo." That's what he called him. Tite Kubo.
That's his name though.
It's tight. It's tight Kubo though. It's tight.
Oh, it's tight. Okay.
Yeah, but he said Tite Kubo because he. So
Yeah,
I don't know, man. He just like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like,
it's just all under boob.
It's like, bro, what the heck, bro?
It's fine. I mean, who else is there? There's
But
also
in the anime, she was like in the center of the screen, bro, taking up like at least 3/3 or 2/3 of the screen, bro. Like, what the heck? I seen something else on Twitter though. They were like, you know what's crazy? Guess which underage character got more backlash for their outfit, and then it was her and Sarada side by side.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't think Sarada. Well, I don't really be on anime Twitter like that, but I didn't think we talked about it a little bit, but it wasn't like nothing crazy.
I don't watch Boruto.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
So like I don't care. I've seen all the Boruto designs though. I don't think her design is like inappropriate.
You were just saying it looked
crazy.
like she was going out. Yeah, like just going out.
It's just,
yeah, she doesn't look. Yeah, that don't look too crazy.
Like she just looks like she's going out. I don't know.
Yeah, just like a regular. Yeah, or Hime got the freaking.
But you know the difference is like I feel like it's also a thing. It's like women with bigger features are gonna look more, I guess, revealing in the same outfit.
In the same outfit, yeah.
Like if Sarada was wearing this outfit, I don't think anyone would care.
Yeah,
but it's because she already has big boobs, and then she has this type of shirt on. It like creates like it makes it more revealing. But
and then it's like, I don't know. This is the whole other thing. Like, why would you wear this into battle? Let's be real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Doesn't look like the most comfortable outfit.
There's no protection, bro. Like, what are you protecting?
That just reminded me of this one person from One Piece that we were talking about on Monday for Straw Hats. I'm gonna pull her up because Adam was talking about people. It started a whole conversation on Twitter with different animes and different writers, and they were talking about like fan service and stuff like that, and then and like underage people in the show being dressed in certain ways. And there's this one character in One Piece named Rebecca. I'm trying to, when I look her on Google Images, it doesn't even show her whole body. It's the funny part. Maybe I could find it somewhere. But like, I pulled her up, and Adam was like, "See, what is that protecting? Like, this is what she wears."
Oh yeah.
I was like, she's hiding her face. That's what's important. They don't know her identity.
Yeah, it's like, obviously it's not a real show, so but
Yeah.
it's like, all right.
Like, it's not protecting any crucial part of her body, but it's fine. So then it's like, Yu, let's go. Have you bid them farewell? Yes. Not really. He didn't even say goodbye or anything. It'll be an eternal parting. Bro, he didn't say anything, bro.
Yeah, he just left.
He literally said nothing. He didn't even be like, all right, guys, I'm sorry. Goodbye. Or explain anything. He's just like, leaves. Just turns his back and leaves. I don't get this guy. He irks me. Really bad.
Is he a Sasuke clone?
Sasuke clone?
Have you seen that on Twitter? Sasuke clones.
No.
It was like how people be like putting this thread your favorite whatever or stuff like that, and then people reply. It was like, who is your favorite Sasuke clone? And everybody was just putting in pictures from characters from different animes. And then one other person was like, little do they know, Sasuke is actually it's a basketball manga. That's who the creator of Naruto based Sasuke off of. They were like, they don't even know he's really a clone of this dude.
That's good. Like, who were some people they were saying were Sasuke clones?
Oh, that's a good picture. Or not really. It just
these
shows.
are just. Yeah.
But they did say Megami was a Sasuke clone. Who else? Let's see if I can find it.
I'm trying to think, like what makes someone a Sasuke clone if they're just like
They just look like
a
Sasuke.
Deuteragus who's like edgy.
Pretty much.
Like, One Piece is definitely not a Sasuke clone. I guess Yu from Bleach. I don't know. I guess not really, but like I'm really trying to think of like a good example of a Sasuke clone here. Naruto fans also be saying that everything is copying Naruto. So I don't even know how much validity there is to that.
Yeah, a lot of people were like in the comments like, "What do you mean
Yuno?
Sasuke clone? They just look alike."
That's fair, but Yuno is nothing like Sasuke. Oh, so besides this, that what they have long hair. Like any edgy character has a Sasuke clone.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they were saying.
Naruto fans be reaching. Reach. Aki. Okay. I think that's all I got for this week.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This was a short episode. None of these shows really like push narrative except for Rurouni, to be honest, and Zom, because
Just like half of them.
Malevolent was fighting and Bleach was fighting. We already
Fighting,
know, it's the same, yeah. So yeah,
That's all
some
we
weak
got.
fights from Bleach. Hopefully the action picks up. I want to see more high level animation.
I don't know what they're gonna do
Ryu
though.
and Ichigo might scrap and it might go crazy.
But like, is Ichigo gonna go back up there?
I also seen. I guess I don't know if this is a spoiler.
There's also a little clip of Aizen.
Yeah. Remember, I was saying Aizen is gonna pop. Remember in the beginning of this when the show came back, I'm like, Aizen is gonna make a debut because they're gonna fuck up the Soul Society. He's gonna escape and he's gonna be able to get to where he wanted to get to and do what he wanted to do. And I feel like that's what's about to happen. I low-key still feel like Aizen is the main villain, low-key. Like
That would be crazy.
He's the dark horse, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, yeah, everything's just planning out what I need to do, and he's just sitting back. Because remember, y'all when you went to talk to him, he was like, "Do you want to join our team?" He was like, "We'll meet each other at the end, and it would be no point because if we get our what we both want, we'll just be fighting for that power anyway. Once we get to it." So he's like, "There's
So,
no point in me being on your team."
so Aizen's just like, I knew the Quincy's would come back in a couple years because I'd read the sacred books in the
Not even
laboratory.
that. Not even that. I think he's been waiting, and then when this happened, he's like, "All right, I know this is gonna be my opening, basically." So
Well, that
yeah.
would be cool. I mean, we still got what episode was that? Do you know?
What,
For
4 or 5?
Bleach. You know what episode that was?
That's what I'm saying. Like 4 or 5, I think. Or
Are
has
we
it been
really
more than
that?
that?
I thought it was like 6 or 7. Is it really?
It might be 6 or 7, but it's what, 12 episodes, right?
Yeah. So what did we see? I am the Edge. I think we
I
just
think
saw
that's the
8,
one. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So okay, we
Yeah.
got this week's. We got 5 more episodes. Oh wait, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we got 2 more mini parts or seasons. Still got a lot to go.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're skipping over stuff though. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
They took out especially with Grimmy, like we didn't even know he was locked up. That's why I'm like, he probably was the strongest Quincy, bro. Like, why are you locking this dude up? Why is he locked
Yeah.
up? Because he's the strongest and he's fucking crazy. So I think that's why he was locked. We find out he was locked up. They also didn't show like that Soul Reapers and Quincy's literally stopped fighting each other because they were so afraid of this fucking meteor that was about to destroy the
Yeah.
whole Sarate. And the freaking one dude was just watching. They showed him watching from like a distance with binoculars. I think they showed him for a little bit, but he didn't have as much commentary as he did in the manga from like the pictures I seen.
In the
And
manga,
then
yeah, and then also in the manga, they like moved. Like the second command was like, "Yeah, which we gotta get you somewhere. Like, we gotta move you, bro."
oh yeah, because he's about to kill everybody. Yeah, we didn't see
Yeah.
that either. Um. So yeah, I don't know. They took out stuff that I feel like would have been really valuable and good, and added more context to the situation.
So yeah, he destroyed that whole thing. Yeah, and they're like, "Protect His Majesty." Like, why does His Majesty need protecting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
And Grimmy is like so underused, and I think that's a terrible utilization of a good character, bro.
Like, wait, what would you have wanted for him to do?
Like in the sense of the fact that he broke himself, that's so stupid.
Like, how would you have wanted him to die?
Yawich was just stronger. I mean, like through actual combat and
Oh,
fighting,
you wanted
or
Kenpachi to kill him.
yeah, like Kenpachi was so overwhelming that he imagined him being this monster, and that like made Kenpachi even stronger, or something like that, or along those lines. Like, I guess he did instill fear into him a little bit, but I wish it was more noticeable. Like they were actually fighting, it was actual combat, and then once he saw Kenpachi was like matching up to every level, even though he kept going higher and higher and higher, and making himself, stronger and stronger through his imagination, it would get to the point where he's like, damn, maybe like he can't imagine, like you said, like last week or 2 weeks ago, like what if it's that he couldn't imagine himself being stronger than Kenpachi, and then Kenpachi deals the fatal blow or whatever, and then he dies from that. That would have been way cooler than him trying to make his body as strong as Kenpachi and his body not being strong enough to handle it. Even though, like, I guess that's kind of the same thing what I'm saying, but the way it would have happened would have been better if they were actually fighting. You know what I'm saying? And not just
Yeah.
him cutting through everything he was making.
Like, are you saying like as he's fighting him, he's imagining Kenpachi being
He's
stronger and
realizing, yeah,
stronger,
as he's fighting,
and it's
yeah, as
actually
he's,
like making Kenpachi stronger and stronger?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been cool too. It would have also gave Kenpachi an even bigger power
One
up.
more power boost, yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool, yeah.
But no, I'm kind of upset because Kenpachi struggled that much because now he's got to heal. I thought he was just
Yeah,
gonna
I
beat
was
this
gonna
guy and
say
keep
this is a
going.
spoiler, but somebody heals him. I saw because he fights again. Because there's no way that's gonna be his only fight. Like he's too strong. He's gonna
Okay.
fight somebody and get a real battle. I think like you were saying with Ichigo, how when Ichigo just fought the Femritters, like that was just his power scaling. I think this was the same thing for Kenpachi. Like this is his power scaling, and he's gonna get a real battle later.
The only person I still want to see is Byakuya, because he hasn't fought anyone. But
Yeah.
I just don't know what's gonna. It's irking me. I know it comes out tomorrow. That I don't know what's gonna happen now that literally like the main three people just like left the battlefield. So I
Oh,
think
I think it might be an all out war of the captains versus the Quincy's right now, and then Ichigo will be chasing them in the background.
guess we'll see. But yeah, do you got any predictions?
No predictions, no predictions.
Well, I wanted to do another one of these things. Can you describe Vinland Saga in?
I thought we already did that.
I don't think so. If we did, I didn't get it, or I didn't remember enough to
The
go
season
back
2 or season 1 or as a whole.
as a whole.
So, Vinland Saga is about a boy who is the son of a well-known warrior who is probably honestly the strongest warrior in the army for the Vikings, and his dad realizes war is not the answer and he wants to become a true warrior, and through that he basically wants to find a place where it's peaceful and he can just live and have a family and be like a normal dude because he feels like that's what a true warrior is. And he goes and he deserts his post in war and tries to fake his death, and he leaves and starts his family somewhere else. But the Vikings know he deserted. They kind of just left him alone because they're like, he gave us a lot of work, bro. Like we not gonna chase this dude. But another war started. He shows up. The Vikings show him. They're like, hey, we need you to come back because we're about to do the we're about to have this war, and you're like the strongest warrior we got. So I know we kind of let you leave, but you got to come back. And he's like, all right. Comes back, and his son stupidly follows him onto the boat to go into this war. And we find out it's a setup, and his dad gets killed. And his son sees this at a very young age. He's probably like what,
7 or something.
seven at this time, and he sees his dad die in front of him. And instead of him going back to his island, he just follows the people that kills him, and he basically vows to kill the guy who killed his dad. And for like, I want to say, like 6 years, 6, 7 years, he's been following. No, maybe 9. It might have been 9 years. He got older. He was following this dude for a long time. He joins the crew of the people that killed his dad, kind of, but he's only staying there because he wants to kill him and he wants to get the opportunity to fight him in a duel, like a legit duel. So he's been working with these dudes. He becomes like a ruthless killer. Um, and yeah, he's trying to get revenge on his dad. But since we're doing season 2, he doesn't get revenge. Spoiler: the dude dies.
Spoiler the show. The description. Tell them the plot of the show.
I mean, that is a description. I mean, but that's like the prequel. That's not even the real show though. Like they even say this is the epilogue, or not the
Prologue.
whatever they call it. You know, before the actual
Prologue.
story. Yeah, this is the prologue. So this isn't really like, a spoiler technically. This is just the prologue of the show. Like the real stuff, we don't know what's really gonna happen. Like, but that's the prologue. And then he goes on, after that dude dies, he goes on a journey to find himself and figure out what life is truly about, and basically become a true warrior like his dad was talking about. And he's on this journey of trying to figure out what a true warrior is and how do you get to there.
Okay.
Is that not the show? That's what the show is, basically.
Oh, that's the show. That's the show. I'm gonna try to do a more abstract version of it. So, Jesus, I need to drink some water for a second. Okay. Jesus Christ. So Vinland Saga is about this kid named Thorfinn who, he has to tackle revenge. He's a revenger for the first season of the show. He's just a revenger, he goes through a very traumatic experience in the beginning, and he just spends the rest of the first season seeking revenge and then having little moments of his humanity shining through at times, and he just has to tackle those things. And honestly, he's not even really the main character
In season
for
1, yeah, low
yeah,
key.
because there's a different character who is tackling different themes of, I don't know, like existence and where they belong and war and all these other things. So it's really like a double protagonist antagonist type thing. And then the second season is about, really, it kind of follows two different characters as well. But it's about him, trying to get over the feelings of revenge, or trying to really get over the past and all the time that they spent seeking revenge and trying to find a purpose in life. And it also follows another character that's trying to deal with the life that they've chosen to follow and what comes with war and being a leader. So if you're into that, you should check out Vinland Saga. That's all I got. Now I think about it, Vinland Saga does remind me of Berserk. With like Askeladd and Thorfinn.
I just know they say Guts goes through a lot.
Oh man, that's an understatement. That is such an understatement.
I've tried to watch it, but all the anime adaptations are just trash, and they're CGI, and they're not.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
Not good.
I've only watched like clips here and there. I've read it. Well, I'm not done. I'm on like chapter like 305 or something. And there's like 370, but the creator died like 2 years ago.
Dang.
But the person that
it's finished though. Is the show finished?
It wasn't finished. The person who worked closely with them, I think they said that they know how they wanted the story to go, and they're gonna try to continue it the best of their ability to stay true to like what they envisioned it to be.
Okay.
So we'll see. I haven't gotten to the point where the new guy has taken over. Oh yeah. I think that's all we got. Next week we got Jujutsu Kaisen back.
Awesome episode, by the way.
Okay. Got Bleach. Hopefully Zom doesn't get delayed. And what's our other show? Rurouni.
Yeah.
And then Malevolent, I'll still continue watching. We could probably just talk about the finale whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
And that's it. Have a good weekend. Have a good Labor Day. Whenever you listen to this, I don't know. You got any final words, Jason?
No, have a good weekend. Stay safe. Yeah.
Okay. Peace
Go
out.
get those games, man. If you aren't going to the gym, go to the gym. It'll make you feel better. You know what I'm saying?
True. Go for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk. Be active. Just do anything. Get moving.
Yeah. Okay.